ka man dalhin ang kapalaran, iisang bayan lang sa puso mo'y laman. Pinagmulan at babalikan, konting tiis na lang, at hanggang sa araw na yan ay asal. Kami nandito lang, sabay na pakinggan ang mga kwento nyo. Sigaw natin sa mundo, bagong bayani namin kayo. Sipag at tapang nyo, hinialay sa mundo, sinasaludo namin kayo. Pilipino, itaas ang noo, ipagmalaki mo ang galing nyo, isigaw sa mundo.
Rose. Start na, Rose.
Magandang hapon po sa UK at sa Europa at magandang gabi sa Pilipinas at Middle East. Samahan po ninyo kami sa loob ng 55 minuto para po sa live kumustahan ngayong lockdown. Ang One You Konek po ay news magazine show, pero dahil po hindi tayo makapag-shoot, dahil po ito sa mahigpit na regulasyon ngayong lockdown, minarapat po namin na magbigay pa rin ng impormasyon at kaalaman sa pamamagitan po ng live feed sa Facebook. Kasama ko po ang ating One You Connect hosts, sina Jean Alcantara, Crystal Diaz, at Kiara Gregorio. Bumati naman tayo mga co-hosts.
Okay, magandang araw, magandang umaga at magandang gabi sa mga nanonood po sa ating ngayon.
Ako po si Crystal Diaz. In future episodes, live episodes, we'll also tackle immigration matters and advice.
Magandang araw po. Ako po si Kiara Gregorio at ngayong panahon ng COVID, nais po naming magbigay ng saya para sa inyong lahat.
At may makakasama din po tayong guest mamaya. Ibabahagi po niya ang kanyang karanasan sa pag-self-isolate at sa kanyang nararanasan ngayon na COVID symptoms. So, makakausap po natin siya mamaya dito sa ating pong discussion. So, kumusta naman ang ating mga kasama, kasama nating Jean Alcantara, si Crystal Diaz at Kiara. Kumusta yung self-isolation days ninyo?
Okay, so Jean Alcantara po, medyo matagal-tagal na rin po kami nagtatago ngayon sa self-isolation dahil medyo umabot na po tayo ng edad. Pero lumalabas pa rin naman po maski pa paano, obviously para mag-shopping, ganyan. Basta ingat lang, lagi nakamaskara at minsan pa-picture-picture sa mga buildings o sa mga supermarkets para may masabi sa community natin.
Ako po si Crystal Diaz. So, ako po ay solicitor sa Diaz Solicitors. Since po ng lockdown, kami po ay nagtatrabaho sa bahay with my husband, Christopher Diaz. So, we're working from home. And at the same time, looking after our children, our two children. Yung school nila nag-close noong 23rd of March. So, basically, everything now is done online. So the schoolwork sent nasa online. And while we're all at home, mas maraming, household chores, a lot of cooking, a lot of cleaning. Pero we're kind of spending more time as a family, which is very nice. And I really like that. So far, all this time, we haven't really been out apart from our hourly walk. But it's really nice so far. It's a bit too long na nga at home, pero we're just enjoying our time together as a family.
And Kiara, how are you coping?
We're okay po. We're coping very well. Since the beginning of lockdown. Anyways, both my parents, like many of our kababayans here in the UK, they both work in healthcare. So since the beginning of lockdown, they were going to work, but unfortunately, a few days ago, they were tested positive for COVID-19. Pero we are very grateful despite knowing that, because we're very grateful kasi mild lang yung symptoms nila, and both my parents are fighting this virus very, very well. So what's keeping me busy is, syempre, I'm the one in charge of the household and stuff like that, and trying to take care of them because they're isolating sa room nila at the moment. So we're taking all precautions here sa household since me and my sister are fortunately negative. So yun po.
So Kiara, I have a question. So ikaw na-test ka na rin and your sister, both of you have been tested?
No po. So how it went was, when my mom had the mild symptoms, we immediately booked an appointment at the drive-through test center. So unfortunately, my sister, hindi po siya eligible because she's under 18. So it was just me, my mom, and my dad who were tested for COVID.
Oh, I see. Okay. Crystal, would you like to share your experience naman? Because ang pagkakaalam ko, you also experienced some symptoms of COVID-19?
Yeah, it was a scare actually, and in fact, it started when both you and I went to the International Women's Day, organized by Filipino Women's Association. So when it finished that night, it was a Monday. When it finished, I felt chills, fever, and then when I went home, it just went downhill. So I was in bed, had high temperature. And then a few days later, I started coughing, and I couldn't breathe basically. So it's a different type of flu. I felt it was like flu, and that flu is not what I had experienced before. It was worse. So I called the NHS 111, and they were very good because in less than half an hour they returned my call, and they said that perhaps I have pneumonia. So they called the ambulance for me, and half an hour later the ambulance arrived, and they came in with their PPE, their mask and the covering on their face, and they said, okay, you may have suspected COVID-19, but you'll have to stay in, and you will have to self-isolate with your family. So I was at home for 14 days, and during that time, I'm just so lucky to have my mother, Carmen, and she looked after me. She was giving me all this Filipino thing. She said that put vinegar on your flannel and put it in your forehead. Every type of remedy, Filipino remedy you can think of. Drinking ginger, honey tea, and then I got better a few days later, but I was actually ill for about a month. So I was in bed, couldn't do anything. But I'm just lucky that I have my mother and my husband who's taken over the business. So he was working from home, and he was also actually still going to the office. And I was worried for him because I didn't want him to catch whatever I had. And he was very good. But after a month, I got better, and thank goodness that I didn't have to go to the hospital. That's the main thing. I was really, really scared of going to the hospital because I just didn't want to think about what else in the hospital I could catch. So I was so happy that I just got better in the end.
So yung mga Crystal, yung mga nag-aalala, maybe those people na nandyan sa kalagayan ngayon who are self-isolating and who are experiencing the symptoms, ano yung pwede mong sabihin sa kanila para lumakas yung loob nila?
Well, basically, you just have to think positive. I mean, I'm not an expert. I have my family to think about. So I was thinking that I have to get better for my family, that I have to take whatever is necessary. So I was taking every paracetamol under the sun. I was just making sure I have hot drinks, and you know, it's. I think for me, the family support was a big help. Uh, Maybe because I didn't have a underlying medical condition, that's why I managed to get rid of this. But it's really perhaps my immune system is strong. So if you have this, I do think that it's important that you find it for yourself, whatever you have, by calling the NHS 111. And they're really helpful. I think, in my area anyway, they were very good with in dealing with my what symptoms I had, and they uh, diagnosed me and said, okay, you have to. Um, they called the ambulance, and then somebody came in to check me. In yourself, though, you have to be positive. That even though you're feeling really ill, that is, you're like on your deathbed, you've got to stay strong. I'm saying this because I experienced it, but as you know, we have so many Filipinos, mga kababayan na undergoing the same thing, and they're actually in a worse situation because they're in hospital, and I know quite a few in ICU. So all I can think of is really to pray for them. I'm praying. That's a positive thing as well. I prayed when I was ill. My mom was praying for me. Everybody was praying. So I think for our kababayans, I can impart to them obviously positive vibes and prayers to all of you.
Okay. Before maybe I share my story naman, Jean, scroll down onto the messages ng mga kababayan natin na nanonood sa ating live ngayon. Maybe after I share, then we can do a shout out. Pero sa akin naman, I'll share this with you. Katulad ni Crystal, I had my own bout of COVID-19 symptoms. But unfortunately, hindi katulad ni Crystal, hindi ako na-test because on the second week of March, yung community test sa UK for COVID-19 na stop na. And then nung last week of February, kasi kababalik lang namin from New York, at alam naman natin na ang laki na ng cases din ng mga affected ng COVID-19 sa New York. At saka marami din, yung pinapakitang photos na yan, yun yung travel namin doon. At saka yung pagbalik namin dito, marami din akong pagbisita sa mga komunidad dito sa London. Mayroon kami ni Crystal pinuntahan na community event. So hindi ko rin alam kung saan nakuha yung symptoms na ito. It's really hard to pinpoint kung saan mo siya pwedeng nakuha. Pwedeng sa travel namin sa Amerika, pwedeng dito sa London. Pero ang masasabi ko lang, after nung week na yon na marami akong activities, doon ko naramdaman yung mild symptoms. Sasabihin ko na mild symptoms kasi kung mapapanood po ninyo yung nasa balita, kung makikita nyo yung mga ini-interview, talagang nasa ICU at saka yung hindi sila makahinga, hindi ko naramdaman yon. Pero I really felt so weak. Isang linggo ako may lagnat, tapos after that, nung pakiramdam ko nagre-recover na ako, doon naman lumabas yung dry cough, at ang hirap talaga kasi there's no phlegm but you just keep on coughing. And then after that, after 2 weeks, napakahina pa rin ng pakiramdam ko. So I had to take a lot of vitamins, lahat ng home remedies ginawa ko rin. Ito ay sa tulong ng parents ko, ng mami ko, parents ko at mga kapatid ko na nagbibigay din sa akin ng moral boost. And of course, my husband na siya ang nag-aalaga sa akin because my daughter was also unwell that time. She was coughing. So lahat ng ito nakakatulong talaga siya. At saka yung home remedies na paglanghap ng steam na may salt or asin, ginawa ko yan almost 3 weeks every night with my daughter kasi umuubo din siya. And then nakatulong naman siya. So ang masasabi ko, wag po nating isawalang bahala yung pag-iingat para hindi tayo magkaroon ng virus na ito. Because what I can say is that deadly ang coronavirus. Considering that I had mild symptoms, masasabi ko na ang masakit yung katawan ko at hindi ko pa naranasan yung ganitong klase ng flu. At yung lagnat na 1 linggo, hindi naman tayo nagkakalagnat ng 1 linggo kung ordinary flu lang. Again, I'm saying, hindi ako na-test ng COVID-19 test dahil dito sa UK, in-stop nila yung COVID-19 testing. Si Crystal, when she had the symptoms, wala rin testing. So, kailangan mong ma-qualify para ka magkaroon ng tsansa or para ka matest for COVID-19. Ang magandang ibabalita natin, priority for testing po yung mga NHS frontliners natin, kasama dinagdag na rin dyan yung mga healthcare workers na nagtatrabaho sa mga care homes. So, kung may mga gusto pa tayong i-share, ayan, pinapakita dito sa live feed natin. Ito yung mga photos of me and my daughter while we were self-isolating. Although, sinama dyan, nakasama yung photos of holiday namin sa Amerika. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na doon namin nakuha yung virus, pero malamang kasi kababalik lang namin from our travel. Jean, would you like to read some shout out sa mga kababayan natin at ang mga nanonood po sa atin na live ngayon sa Facebook?
Well, I can try, pero hindi siya lumalabas sa Facebook ko, no? But
okay.
let me just say something
Okay,
briefly
go ahead.
about our experience.
Yes.
Kasi mula pa nung November, December, January, February, the family has been going to Spain. So, hindi naman namin alam na sa Spain pala, delikado na yung COVID. But what we heard when we were in Spain was that, huwag kayong mag-alala, there's no case here whatsoever, no? So when we came back after February, so hindi namin alam, exposed na pala kami. But I think my daughter Melissa felt really bad physically, but we didn't know what it was. Then when we got here, my wife Carmen also felt really, really bad, and she had to call 111, and they gave her naman antibiotics because they said, oh no, Spain is nothing to worry about.
No.
But of course, since then, Spain is now number 4 in terms of the number of dead people from COVID, which is the reason why we really self-isolated.
Jean, I have a question for you. Can you please share with us yung experience ninyo in calling 111? Kasi ang alam ko, maraming mga tumatawag sa numero na yan, pero mahirap makapasok. Can you tell us?
Well, this was early March when they were still allowing people to call. But I guess after that, they said call the GP. And the GP actually issued the prescription for antibiotics for my wife.
Okay.
And then after that, they said, no, you cannot call anymore. You have to go to the website. So, yeah, there was a stage when, you could call them until, I guess, the demand became too much. So ngayon, talagang the advice is, so call call 111. Kung wala pa rin, talagang matindi na, call 999. I think that's what one of our viewers, si Chi Romero, has been suggesting.
Okay.
Pag masama na, you really need to tell the ambulance people na you're not feeling good. They need to take you in.
Okay. Shout out ko lang muna yung mga nanonood po sa atin ng live sa Facebook. Maraming salamat. Carmen Hickey from Kent. Salamat po. Nandyan din si Arlene Blanco Miranda Cox. Pa-shout out naman sa family na Martiliano family. Nandyan din si Mark Joel Batan. Ang ating kumare na nasa Manila nanonood, Feng Shui Queen Marites Allen. Magandang hapon po sa inyo. Ang ating kaibigan si Raquel Scrivens. Sino pa ba yung mga nandito? J. Montelibano Macleod. Ang ating kasama sa One New Konek. Ang mami ko nanonood din sa Pilipinas. So, buong meron po sa Amerika, sa UK, sa Philippines. Thank you for tuning in. Binabahagi lang po namin sa inyo for now ang karanasan po namin sa pagsa-self-isolate. Kami ni Crystal, nagkaroon kami ng mild COVID symptoms. Si Jean at ang pamilya niya ay nagkaroon ng nakaranas din. But Jean, I'm happy hindi ka nagkaroon ng COVID symptoms, no? Kasi critical na yung age na hindi pa naman 70, wala pa, nasa 50 pa lang yan si Jean.
Salamat.
Pero I'm just joking, pero seryoso po ako, walang pinipiling edad itong COVID-19.
No.
We all have to be careful. So Kiara, ano ang mga pag-iingat na ginagawa ninyo dyan sa bahay? For you especially because you're looking after your parents who are COVID-19 positive.
Yes po. So, here at home, talagang we're taking all precautions na kaya namin to prevent, catching the virus from our parents. So at the moment, they're both isolating in their room. When it's time to eat, I cook them food and then iniiwanan ko lang sa door nila. And then because we don't have like a huge house, they just wait for me to get into another room before they open their door, stuff like that. And we always disinfect. And I think like every room, every door in the house, merong hand sanitizer, and even in the bathroom, hand wash. We're all fully stocked. So it's just taking all those necessary steps. So another most important thing is we always wear mask kahit na nasa corridor lang.
Oo.
So,
So
yun.
sa loob ng bahay nakamask talaga kayo, Kiara?
When we go out into the corridors, because usually I share a room with my sister, so I got really paranoid. So I moved out of that room. I'm staying in the living room para, we never know what can happen. I might catch it, God forbid. Pero, so I moved out of that room. So pag pumupunta kami sa labas ng mga kanya-kanya naming isolation room, nagmamask po kami.
Okay.
Batiin naman natin itong mga nasa
Yan, Jean,
Facebook
nakita mo
ngayon.
na.
Oo, nakita ko
ahead.
ngayon. Christopher Dias, husband of Crystal, requested with Carmen Hickey if we could speak a bit more English. Kasi marami nanonood daw na English speakers.
Okay.
And we have a message from Moscow. Someone called Trinidad. So, Aling Trinidad, spasiba, and hope you're okay there. So,
Hello po sa mga kababayan natin sa anumang sulok ng mundo kayo, Europa, Middle East, o sa Pilipinas o Amerika. Magandang hapon. Ito po ang aming live dito sa Facebook. Kwentuhan lang po ito, kumustahan ngayong lockdown. Naisip po namin gawin ito para po mabigyan naman namin kayo ng konting inspirasyon, konting siguro ay mapagbigyan namin na ma-share yung experience natin habang nasa lockdown. Ito po ay dahil hindi kami makapag-shoot ng content para sa One New Konek, but we have been getting a lot of messages from our kababayans. Tinatanong po nila kung pwede kaming gumawa ng storya related to COVID-19. So hopefully we will be able to do that kapag nag-ease po yung lockdown. Pero sa karanasan ko na nag-self-isolate at nagkaroon ng konting karamdaman, malaking bagay po kung merong karamdaman ng isang tao na meron kayong nakakausap. So sana yung mga mag-isa sa bahay nila ay kung makakatulong kami na makapagbigay ng konting saya o payo, kung may tanong po kayo, we would like to do that. Kaya po kami nandito ngayon sa Facebook Live.
Can I
So,
just say something? Sorry,
ahead.
it's just, it's hard to determine when we get the coronavirus, so where and when. Basically, when you're busy, you go to different places like at work, in public, you're in a bus or train. It really is difficult to determine where you get the virus. I went to watch Stereophonics in O2. There's thousands of people there, but you just cannot really know, who gave it to you. So, but really, as soon as you have the symptoms, take the necessary precaution, as Kiara said. If you have the mask, first things first is really to wash your hands. 20 seconds washing of hands. And then when you're going out, if you have the mask, make one. If you don't have one, make sure that you wear it. And that as soon as you get home from outside, please make sure you have a shower, and just to get rid of all the germs that you brought home. So I think that's just a simple routine to do whenever you come back from outside.
Maganda yung sinabi mo, Crystal.
Mm.
Kasi actually kung titingnan nyo sa Europe, no, ewan ko kung bakit ang UK suddenly we're number 2 sa bilang ng mga namatay tsaka mga kaso, no. Bali almost 28,000 na ang namamatay dito.
28,131 as of
Yes, exactly.
yesterday. And then we're number 2, pangalawa na po sa Italy. Italy, 28,710. And we have to consider, Jean, UK nahuli kasi mag-lockdown, kaya kung epekto ba ito na paghuli nahuli tayong magsarado sa ibang bansa sa Europa?
Yeah, well, exactly. And I'm afraid the UK might overcome their record. So we need to be prepared for that. And so we need to keep staying at home, protecting the NHS, to repeat the message, no, and to protect people's lives, lalo na Filipino lives. Kasi at the moment, mga 50 plus na raw ang namamatay ng mga Pinoy. Hindi lang sila key workers o health workers, pero iba't ibang professions. Okay, in the meantime, Rose, pwede pa rin natin batiin sina Darmin from Belgium.
Salamat, Darmin, for watching from Belgium. My sister-in-law, parang lahat yata ng kamag-anak ko naka-tune in ngayon.
And there was somebody from Montreal kanina, but nawala, hindi ko na makita.
Oo nga, sa Canada, my sister-in-law, Leia from Canada.
Okay.
Kanina nanonood. So my entire family is watching. No, because monitor nila talaga po ako because nga nagkaroon ako ng karamdaman. So they always check on me. Kaya ako everyday, tatanong nila kung malakas na ako, nag-exercise ako, all that stuff. So it helps a lot. Kamag-anak na kaibigan also na nag-check on you kung ano na yung kalagayan mo. Kasi Jean, if you will remember yung isang nurse na kababayan natin na si Dondi Suelto. Yes, I interviewed some friends and family member. Ito po yung nurse na nag-self-isolate siya because meron siyang COVID symptoms. Pero sadly, ay namatay po siya, pumanaw siya mag-isa because hindi nga natin alam kung paano aatakihin yung ating immune system ng COVID-19. Pwede ngayon ay okay ka tapos bigla na lang in a period of 24 hours talagang manghihina ka. So mag-ingat po tayo mga kabayan. Ang shinare po namin ni Crystal sa inyo, yung karanasan namin, mild symptoms lang pero mahirap. Fever for a week, hindi ka makakain, hindi rin makatulog dahil sa lahat ng napapanood natin sa telebisyon tungkol sa COVID-19, hindi ka talaga makakatulog once you feel the symptoms. So importante yung support ng pamilya. At saka dahil walang ganang kumain, what did you do, Crystal?
When I couldn't eat,
yes,
it's just really taking loads and loads of fluid. So lots of cup of tea with ginger, honey, and biscuits, toast, something like that, something light, nothing too heavy. Otherwise, you'll just be sick. Because one of the symptoms really, you could be vomiting, diarrhea, all of that sort of thing that would lose fluid in your body. So just take as much fluid as possible. Take something very little like toast, something light, and hopefully you get your appetite back. In fact, when I had my appetite back, I could actually taste everything. Everything was like amplified, like my sense of smell as well. So it was really bizarre. This was at the very end of the period when I was getting better. And then it went on for about a week or so. So I don't know. I mean, my husband thought I was pregnant. I said, there's absolutely no way that I was pregnant, but it is just really strange symptoms. So I don't know. It's just when you lost your sense of taste and smell, you feel really weak. I tell you, I lost a lot of weight. I lost about a stone, and then when I got better, of course, I gained it back. Now I'm cooking nonstop. I'm eating nonstop. So because of this self-isolation, you just want to recover. You want to be as healthy as possible. And then our friends putting their food on Facebook, it's not helping because they look so nice. It looks so appetizing. So you just want to end up cooking for yourself and for your family.
Yes.
But it is a completely different experience, I tell you. Being at home, self-isolating, recovering at home. I think if you do have a family, you get to be close to them. You get to know them more. But as you said, if you're by yourself, it is important that you let someone know what's happening to you. Otherwise, nobody's gonna know. Nobody's going to be able to help you. And in fact, quite a few of our, the members of the Filipino Women Association, and I'm really close to some of them, and they were quite ill. But it's just really knowing that they're okay, that someone is there to look after them. That's very important, because it's nothing worse than being by yourself and there's no one to call for help. If they say, okay, I'm fine, just leave me be, because what you don't want to do is that spending all those time sending messages to your friends, like, I'm okay and all of that, because you do need that period of time to rest, because this COVID, this virus, it takes everything out of you. Every single energy that you have, it's lost, really. It's almost like every breath that you take is like death. That's how I felt when I had my cough. And it's so serious. But I'm in my mid-40s. I'm quite healthy. But can you imagine if you are actually have underlying condition? I tell you, my boys here, I'm worried for my boy because he's asthmatic. I'm worried for my husband because he's also asthmatic. And he's got high blood pressure and everything, well, anyway, so I didn't want him to be in our bedroom. And in fact, my husband Christopher and Brandon, they were sleeping in the living room for a month. So Brandon enjoyed it, of course, but for me, I was in self-isolation in our bedroom for 1 month, and that's a long time, being apart. And but you just have to take the necessary precaution. So if you have family, please ask for their help. If you're by yourself, if you have friends, please tell them that you need help, that you need assistance, say going to the hospital. But most importantly, you have to know who to contact, NHS 111. And if it's emergency number, 999.
Okay, Crystal, I think Ella's almost ready, but can we just shout out to Alan Orayo, Rose?
Yes.
Our
my
good
goodness,
friend
yes,
from Malta,
Alan.
and now in Cebu.
Cebu now. Yes. Ito po yung kababayan natin. We met him in Malta while covering for ABS-CBN. And then, nasa Cebu na siya ngayon. Ito pang ating kaibigan sa Kilburn, si Aiko, dapat ay makakasama natin siya ngayon. But she's unwell. Maybe you can tell us your story next time. Nandito rin si Hani Agustines, na sa Paris naman po ito, asawa ng ating correspondent doon, na nakatutok syempre sa mga storya ng COVID-19. Ang kaibigan natin si Paul Verhel de Dios, na nag-migrate sa US, so nanonood rin sila sa Amerika. Franz Pinedo, watching from London. Salamat po sa mga nanonood. Crystal, may message din sa iyo dito, tinatanong, what is 1 stone daw equivalent sa pounds or kilos? What is that?
I think it's 14
40 pounds.
No, 14, yeah, pounds, yes.
It's a lot, huh?
It is a lot, yes. So I lost about a stone.
You should have taken a lot of photos. The joking. So at this point, I think we have to call in now our guest because what she will share with us is her experience as she is self-isolating. She is a nurse. Nandito po makakasama natin si Miss Ella Hidalgo. Active din po siya sa Filipino community, organizing events. She is also an artist pero ngayon isa siyang bagong nurse. Kakapapasok lang niya. Tama ba, Ella? Please correct me kung last year.
Yeah. It's actually second year.
I'm sorry.
Second year. Yeah, being a nurse.
Second career mo ito, Ella.
Ano, naririnig na?
Yes, naririnig ka na.
Just about.
Yeah, sorry. I don't have a headphone. Kaya, yun.
Okay, Ella, tell us, nagkaroon ka na ba ng test, ng COVID-19 test?
Yes, yeah, I got my COVID swab test. But according to the GP, it's parang useless kasi nga yung symptoms ko is subsiding na. And it's been like after 2 weeks when I had the swab test.
Okay, parang tapos na yung physical point. Or ano?
Oo, patapos na. Kaya sabi ng GP, there's a possibility that I had the COVID. Pero, I mean, I'm putting it down to my asthma rin. Kasi I started having an asthma attack. And then after that, I felt the weird symptoms like on and off fever, sore throat, tapos loss of appetite. But I was forcing myself to eat kasi I have to boost my immune system.
So, Ella, ilang weeks mo naramdaman yung symptoms na yan?
Actually, like 2 weeks yung on and off yung symptoms eh. Parang, especially yung feeling feverish. Pero at the same time, you're feeling cold. Tapos, may time na akala mo okay na. Tapos suddenly, after a few days, you felt bad na naman. Parang ang weird ng mga nararamdaman talaga. Especially at night, I still cough.
Okay. Ella, nakikitama ka ba sa bahay? May nag-aalaga ba sa iyo?
Actually, I'm with a Filipino family. Kaso lang, siyempre, I have to look after myself. So, yeah, I just prayed. Kasi, yung mga iba, di ba, parang when you have symptoms, parang natatakot sa'yo. But they're okay. So, ayun, parang, kasi nga parang it's so difficult to identify if it's really my asthma or it's actually mild symptoms ng COVID.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, Ella,
Yeah, but it's similar.
it's similar, yes. Okay, so yung sabang gamot, ang binigay sa iyo na gamot, ang doktor, ang
Sorry,
like us na nag-ano kami, yung mga home remedies na luya, o no?
yeah.
Yes.
I actually, yeah, ginawa ko lahat. I mean, I took a lot of multivitamins. Nag-boil din ako ng luyan, garlic, lahat ng mga advices ng friends ginawa ko. Pati yung steam. I've taken a lot of medications these past weeks. And even inhalers, multivitamins, antibiotic, lahat. Ito na yung time na parang lahat na na-take ko na. Yeah, so I had a severe headache as well na akala ko sasabog na yung ulo ko.
Oh, Ella, while you are recuperating, syempre hindi ka babalik sa trabaho, ano? Pero ang question ko yan, Ella, alam ko na may mga kababayan tayo confinement na pagkatapos silang makaramdam ng tapos silang gumaling, ay gumaling agad sila sa trabaho. Sa isang pananaw, kailangan ba na mag-ilan ilang pang sandali bago bumalik sa trabaho, lalo na kung ikaw ay nurse?
Sorry, hindi ko ganang na-get yung question niya.
trabaho?
Actually, being a nurse, it's really our duty of care to go back. Unless meron silang mga underlying illness like asthma, diabetes, severe asthma, diabetes, and heart disease. Because I've got a friend who's been given shielding for 12 years because he has diabetes. So parang at the moment, I've experienced those symptoms and I'm so scared to go back to work. Pero kailangan kong bumalik. So, my GP told me just to wear PPE, and then if there's no PPE available, I have to refuse to work. Yun lang yung advice ng GP sa akin. So, I think
that's a very good point.
careful na lang talaga, and then prayer is the best weapon right now.
Ella, si
Yes.
Jean Alcantara to, no? I think that's a very good point you raised, no? Na kung walang proper PPE ang mga health workers, mga nurses, talagang pwede silang tumanggi because they're saying
It's actually written, yeah. Sa
It's
RTN
written?
ngayon.
okay,
Actually, there's an article na sabi ng Royal College of Nursing that you can have the right to refuse when you're not being provided with proper PPE. Pero po sa ugali po ng mga Filipino nurses, parang kahit na po walang PPE, they still improvise. Kasi especially pag nandun ka na mismo, parang nakakahiyang umatras na dahil walang PPE or na magbaback out ka na sa duty of care mo. Sa mga iba po, they're doing improvises talaga. Kaya I think that's the reason why mataas yung rate ng deaths ng mga Filipino nurses.
so ibig mo sabihin, Ella, kung ibang lahi sila, tumatanggi talaga. Pinoy lang ang medyo, I don't know, kultura ba natin talaga yan?
Opo, kasi it's on my experience kasi sometimes ang hirap maghindi. Kasi you're thinking na baka may masabi sila against you, sabihin tamad ka. So nag-improvise na lang at like they use bin bags to cover their heads. Meron pa yung bin bags na they cover their arm na parang kasi kulang sila ng PPE.
That's really sad. Pero maganda yung mga points na na-raise mo, Ella, no, tungkol doon sa mga kababayan nating Pinoy na kung ano man ang kanilang dahilan ay hindi makahindi. Siguro, yung isa rin sa Filipino na na-interview ko, kasi yung duty of care, na parang duty to care, parang yun ang gusto ng yun ang mga yung lalo na yung mga kababayan natin na nakikitang maraming aksyon sa theater, no, hindi naman daw nila maiwan. So yun ang pakiramdam nila na kapag hindi sila sumabak sa trabaho ay nagigilty sila.
There's a lot of guilt, yeah.
Yes, oo. So pero puro tama po yung tama yung payo ng Royal College of Nursing. Wala talagang sapat na ay huwag tayong super-severe yung sinasabak ng mga frontliners. Wala kang tamang armas o weapon, don't the war.
Yeah, don't risk, yeah.
Yeah. Kahit na may offer sila ngayon na, di ba, yung 60,000 pounds for frontliners, pero parang sa NHS lang yata, hindi clear kung kasama ba dito yung mga private healthcare setups. Anong palagay mo dyan, Ella?
According po sa may nabasa po ako na at the top of the pension ata parang ganun ibibigay yung 60,000.
Yes, yeah.
Sa family, opo. I think it's just for NHS.
Sa NHS lang ba talaga? Kasi siyempre, yan ang worry ng hindi lang naman sa NHS yung mga namamatay. Kasi ang daming care homes, mga private care homes, di ba, 3,811 ang pinakita nilang namatay recently. Hindi lang yung mga matatandang pasyente, kundi yung mga carers. May mga rami din Pinoy.
Correct.
So it has to be clarified.
Yes. mayroon akong na-interview, Jean, just last week, no, yung isang Filipino Nurses Organization. Yan ang sisikapin po nila na i-clarify kung kasama dyan yung mga private care homes. Kasi tama ka, maraming mga Pilipino rin ang nagtatrabaho sa private care homes. In fact, yung isa dito yung namatay ang tawag sa kanya is biglang nawala nakalimutan ko yung complete name niya kasi meron siya mga alias eh. Pero nagtatrabaho siya sa care home at isa siya sa senior nurse doon. At hindi lang mga nurse sa care home, kundi yung mga carer sa care home. May mga Pilipino na tayo, alam natin na tinamaan ng COVID at yung iba nga namatay. So we have to clarify that. That's going to be a good topic for our next segment. What do you think, Jean?
Yeah, definitely. Kasi ilan na yung lumapit sa akin. In fact, may kliyente ako na may edad na siya. Kinuha niya yung asawa niya dito, tapos nagtatrabaho sa isang care home, private care home. Biglang namatay sa COVID. So, ang tanong niya sa akin is, pwede ba siya mag-claim ng 60,000? Sabi ko, well, I don't know yet. We have to find out kung pwede.
So, yung mga tanong po, yung mga things that we need to clarify on, we will jot it down. We will, sandali lang. We will clarify para po sa susunod na live namin. Itong, may mga pinakita kasing photos dito. Gusto ko lang na maklaro kasi napagsama-sama yung mga namatay na kababayan nating frontliners. Dennis, please, wag na nating ipakita yon kasi nakamix siya doon sa mga frontliners na nagtatrabaho pa sa NHS. So yung mga iba po dito, katulad niyan, kababayan natin na sumakabilang buhay dahil sa COVID-19, yung nagpa-flash po na yan ngayon ay ito rin si Melo Jean. Pero nakamix siya, Dennis, nakamix siya doon sa mga active frontliners natin. So let's not use it kasi baka magkaroon ng confusion yung mga nanonood sa atin. Yung mga iba pong larawan na nakita po ninyo ay ang pagsaludo natin dun sa mga frontliners na Pinoy na sumakabilang buhay, namatay dahil sa COVID-19. At yung mga ibang larawan naman po na nakita ninyo, yan ay mga litrato o larawan ng mga kababayan nating frontliners na kasalukuyang nagsiservisyo sa National Health Service. Yes. Anything else? Ano pa yung pwede nating ibahagi? Kasi na mabilis na ubos yung oras natin, Jean, Crystal and Kiara. Mag-iisang oras na pala tayo nagkukwentuhan dito at nakikipag-usap sa ating mga kababayan na nasa Facebook Live. But anyway, gusto ko muna magpasalamat kay Ella for joining us. Pasensya ka na, Ella, hindi ka nakasama na mas maaga. Thank you for sharing your story.
Okay lang po. Thanks for the invite.
Maraming salamat at mabuhay ka, Ella, for being a frontliner. Saludo kami sa inyo, pati ang mga kababayan natin na nanonood at tumatangkilik sa One U Konek. We salute our frontliners in the UK. Kayo po talaga ang nagbibigay ng inspirasyon sa amin habang naka-lockdown at nandito kami sa bahay at naghihintay ng mga developments. Jean?
Okay, so ako din gusto kong magpasalamat sa lahat ng frontliners at saka mga healthcare workers, hindi lamang sa UK kundi sa buong Europa, in fact sa buong daigdig. Kasi ito ang feature nating mga Pinoy, no? Pinoys are said to be the heroes of this fight kasi ang daming nurses around the world. So sana magbago naman ang tingin sa mga nurses. Medyo nagbibigay sila ngayon ng compensation at sana mas maging maganda ang resulta nito hindi lang sa mga healthcare workers dito kundi sa iba't ibang bansa at lalo na sa Pilipinas.
Yes.
Kasi sa Pilipinas ngayon parang medyo kulang yata yung mga binibigay na benefits. Babawasan pa dahil meron sila ngayong sinasabi sa PhilHealth na mga babawasin sa sweldo kung kayo ay contract worker pa lamang. So salamat po uli, mabuhay kayo at mag-ingat po tayo sa ating mga sarili.
Crystal?
I just like to echo that. So, kudos to our health heroes. Thank you so much for me personally for looking after me. And a special shout out to our local hospital in Medway. There are a lot of Filipino nurses there. But also, don't forget teachers as well. They've done such a good job before the lockdown, but taking over their job is not easy. So I'm looking forward for the kids to go back to school, but that won't be until September. But I'd also like to thank, the delivery people, because they deliver all sorts of things from Amazon, takeaway. Without them, we won't be able to get what we need or want. And
Jollibee.
also, Jollibee. Do you know what? Can I just thank 30, by the way?
30 and Marco.
Yes, but
And
30.
Ricardo, our cameraman, our director,
Of photography.
yes, who's doing deliveries.
See,
Yes.
let me just tell you about 30. He's excellent because it's just last Thursday he delivered bag, stuff, food from Jollibee, and which I donated to our local hospital. And there, it's just a simple offering, and it went down a treat. So I'm thankful, 30 again, for delivering the goods. And also postman, they deliver our post every day. But as I said earlier, kudos to all our health heroes, and of course, take care of yourself. Make sure you have your own PPE when dealing with patients. So all the best po.
Kiara?
Yun, following up from what everyone has said, maraming salamat po to our dear frontliners working tirelessly to fight this invisible enemy of ours. And lastly, I just want to take this opportunity po to, wish my mom's colleagues who are also COVID positives a speedy recovery. So ayun, yeah.
Yeah, I wish them well, sending
Yes.
them our prayers.
And mag-iingat kayo dyan, Kiara. Be strong. Look after your parents and yourself, of course. Kailangan may isa sa pamilya o lahat kayo sana malusog, no? But you being, you and your sister, kailangan malakas kayo so that you can look after your parents who would be needing a lot of your care and assistance in the house. So, bago po tayo magpaalam uli, shout out na naman tayo sa mga nakatutok pa rin mula naman sa mula pa rin sa UK, Marie Maramba, Carmen Hickey, Jim Liesa, sa lahat po sa inyo na nakatutok sa amin sa live discussion, pati yung comment ni Becky Apostol, sinasabi niya na kailangan talaga na kung walang PPE, kailangan talaga you have to say no. Yes, noted dyan, Becky, sana pakinggan niya ng mga kababayan natin na nasa frontline, At saka pahabol po ni Carmen Hickey ay yung vinegar at saka yung home remedies, huwag kakalimutan, they are important. Yan po. Ang gusto ko ring i-announce sa inyo mga kababayan, sa susunod na linggo po, magkakaroon tayo ng free legal advice sa tulong ng ating mga batikang solicitor, Crystal Diaz, at of course, immigration consultant, Jean Alcantara. Kung meron po kayong mga tanong related po sa immigration, ipadala po ninyo yan sa amin. Please inbox us. At yan po ang tatalakayin namin sa susunod na Facebook Live ng One You Connect. Ito po ang aming pagsiservisyo sa inyo para makatulong po kami, lalong-lalo na po yung mga may kinalaman sa COVID-19. For example, kung may problema sa visa, sa trabaho ninyo, at mayroon kayong tanong, ito po yung pagkakataon ninyo para po i-address yung tanong ninyo sa dalawang mapagkakatiwalaan. Solicitor na si Crystal Diaz at ang ating immigration consultant Jean Alcantara at isang batikang community leader. So yan po ang hatid namin sa inyo ngayong hapon. Thank you for joining us. Ito po ang buong puwersa ng One You Connect. Nandito po kami sa London. Salamat po sa pakikinig ninyo, sa pagsubaybay ninyo, saan mang sulok kayo ng mundo. Nagpupugay po kami sa ating mga frontliners, sa National Health Service, at pati po ang mga carers na nasa mga care homes. So mag-ingat po kayo, stay strong, stay healthy, stay at home in the meantime?
Tama po.